Hello everybody, my name is Neil Bakiv and I'm the founder of my website, which is called IELTSwheel.com. And today we will be analyzing writing task 1, which is a semi-formal letter taken from IELTS Cambridge Book 1. Now let's read and analyze this topic in detail. You borrowed some books from your school or college library. Unfortunately, you have to go away to visit a sick relative and can't return the books in time. Write a letter to the library, explain what has happened, and tell them what you want to do about it. So this one is called semi-formal, which means formal, but not very formal, because probably you know this librarian well. You always borrow some books from the library, so you just want to be polite but not extremely polite. You just want to sound a little bit friendly and nice at the same time. Okay, so how can we start our letter? Something like, let's say, dear sir, oh man, so you're not really sure who will be reading this letter, because probably there are several librarians. Okay, so it's very difficult to guess. If I just want to write dear sir or ma'am and then comma. Next, I am writing to inform you that I will be unable to return the book, and then now I want to be very specific. Let's say, for example, 7 management styles. Okay, and then which I took out on the 5th of November. Okay, cool. So I'm writing, okay, so here I'm using the present continuous because I'm doing it right now, not all the time. To inform you that, it's a very good advanced vocabulary, okay, so which means to tell you that I will be unable to. I'm using the future simple plus the modal verb will be unable to, which means will not be able to return that book. We know what kind of book I'm talking about. Okay, and then which I took out. Again, it's defining relative clause, so we don't need to use a comma here. And then so took out, so you remember you take out books from the library, and then on the, okay, you can just say in November, but when you have the date, on the 5th of, say, okay, so it's a very good grammar, of November. That's really great. Next, we can just write also one more sentence, something like, you will see from your records that the book is due back on the 15th of December. Okay, so you will see, I'm using the future simple here, from your records that the book, because we know what kind of book we're talking about, is due back. Very good expression, is due back on, which means must be returned. Again, on the 15th of December. Okay, that's pretty cool. And that's it. Next, let's move on. Unfortunately, I will have to okay, probably could just say I will be, okay, I will be unable to drop the book off as, okay, now let's just look at our topic again. You borrowed some books from your school or college library. Unfortunately, you have to go away to visit a sick relative and can't return the book in time. So can't, therefore I will be unable to drop the book off. Why? As I, and then we just need to explain, as I will have to, okay, be away from the city for the next, let's say, 3 weeks. So we need to be very specific here. Okay, I'll just copy and paste. Okay, here we go. So unfortunately, it's a very good linking device. All right, I will be unable to, again, the future simple plus the modal verb, to drop the book off. It's a very good collocation, which means return the book. And that's why, guys, I told you that it's a semi-formal letter. The formal phrase would be return, right? But here, drop the book off. Okay, it's a little bit informal. Next, as, okay, it's a good linking device, which means because. I will have to, so the future simple plus the modal verb have to, okay, be away from the city, because we know what kind of city we're talking about, my city, and then for the next 3 weeks. Again, when you're talking about next, always use that for the next 3 weeks. Perfect. Next, let's move on. I have to explain why. The reason for my absence is to, okay, now let's just look at our topic here again. To visit a sick relative. To visit a sick relative. So for my absence is to visit my uncle. Okay, next. Who, I want to be more specific, who is suffering from what? From terminal cancer, and is not expected to live more than 2 weeks. Excellent. So the reason for, excellent, it's a very, very good linking device. Okay, so why will I be absent? Because, but I don't want to write because, I want to write the reason for. Remember, for, not of, but for my absence is then to visit my uncle who is suffering from, okay, the present perfect, because he's suffering right now, not all the time. Okay, next, suffering from, it's a very good collocation. Terminal cancer, good collocation, which means that he can't live for a long time. This cancer will kill him after all, and is not expected to, get good grammar, the passive voice, to live more than 2 weeks. So you see that? I have explained this in detail. So just look, go away to visit a sick relative, okay? And I've already explained this part. All right, now I just want to be even more specific. I'm therefore eager to visit him so that we can say our last goodbyes. Okay, cool. So I'm therefore, again, it's a great linking device, which means that's why, but I'm using therefore in the middle of the sentence. The expression I am eager to, which means I really, really want to, okay? And visit him here, so that, which basically means because in this case. It's a good linking device. We can, I'm using the modal verb, say our last goodbyes. It's a very good collocation, okay? And remember, goodbyes, not goodbye. All right, let's move on. Now, I need to be even more specific, and I'm going to use a very complex grammar and vocabulary here. Just follow me. Just look at this carefully. there will also be funeral arrangements. Okay, let's say there will be funeral arrangements to make following his death, which will delay, okay, me for some time. Okay, now I'm using the future simple here. There will be, okay, because it will be in the future. Next, funeral. Okay, again, also that's a good linking device. Funeral arrangements, it's a very good collocation. So funeral arrangements means that all of us will be burying his body, right? We will go to the graveyard. So the funeral arrangements to make. So remember, you make this arrangement. You don't do, you make. Following his death, okay, very good collocation. Following his death basically means after his death. Now here I'm providing extra information, and this one is called a non-defining relative clause. Therefore, it's very important to use a comma here. And then which will delay. I mean, again, I'm using the future simple here. Delay me for some time. The idea is I won't be able to return the book. Okay, I will need to stay there for quite a while. And the last sentence here is a result. I need to talk about the results. I will, let's say, not be able to return home, let's say, until and then after the funeral, and therefore will be away for about 3 weeks. Okay, so as a result, so I'm talking about the result, and it's important to use a comma here. Okay, so it's a good linking device. I will not be able to, good grammar. Okay, the future simple plus the modal verb, and then until after the funeral. So okay, good collocation. And then and therefore, excellent. And therefore, and I need to use a comma here. So here, okay, it's a coherence and cohesion. That's how I'm trying to connect my idea here. Okay, and then will be away. I'm talking about the future. Okay, and then for about 3 weeks. In this case, for means during. Okay, and here I'm using about, not approximately. Okay, so that's how I show that it's semi-formal. Okay. Okay. Let's move on. And basically that's it. Now I just need to write one more sentence here. Something like I'm hoping that you will be sympathetic, okay, to my problem and give me an extension without any penalty. Okay, cool. Now I'm hoping that I'm using the present perfect. Okay, let me just copy again our structure quickly, like our marking criteria, sorry. So coherence and cohesion. So I'm hoping that, so this is grammar, right? Because I'm hoping now that you will be, again, the future, simple. Now sympathetic To be sympathetic to somebody means that you feel sorry for somebody, you understand somebody's problem. And give me an extension, it's a very good collocation, okay, which means give me the opportunity to keep my book longer without penalty, again, which means without charging me much money, or without giving me much punishment or something. Okay, so without penalty. And then you can just write something, yours respectfully. Okay, and then your name. In this case, I'll just write my name. Okay, so Neil Bakiev. Perfect. And that's it. Wow, we have written, guys, a very great letter today. And I hope that you've learned a lot of new words, you've learned a lot of complex grammar, you've learned how to connect your ideas using the right linking devices, and I hope you've learned how just to use different collocations. Okay, I wish good luck to all of you with your IELTS preparation. Thank you very much for watching and analyzing this video lesson.